Hello everyone and welcome to another introduction guide for beginners into Hypixel Skyblock. I am Ellie or Starfire and today we're going to be talking about farming. Um, so it's currently nighttime in Minecraft, so I'm going to wait for it to be day, and while I wait for it to be day, I'm just going to go and collect some wheat in the hub. This is the hub. And then I'll get back to you as soon as it's daytime and it's better for recording this video. Okay, so it is daytime now, and I've almost filled up my inventory while I was just waiting. And so I was just busy running around here, busy punching the wheat, and that's great. And so let's have a look first at our collections and what we've unlocked so far. Oops. Button. Okay. So if we go to farming, we've obviously been collecting seeds and wheat. So we've got to level 4 in wheat and level 4 in seeds. We're almost level 5 for wheat. And in unlocking these, we've unlocked obviously the wheat minion. We've unlocked an enchanting book, harvesting 5. We've got wheat 3, and this is a good one because this has a farming suit, helmet, chestplate, leggings, and boots. And this is something we're going to want to get into quite quickly now. And then finally, we've got the farming talisman. So these are all things that we're going to create using things that we've gathered. So unless you, well, even if your inventory is going really full in the beginning, unless you really need the gold, the coins, I wouldn't be selling these. I would actually be compressing these. Let's just take another look at and the seeds. We've unlocked a dirt trade. So I showed you that in, I believe, the foraging video. You can trade seeds for dirt. We've unlocked the clay trade. We've unlocked long grass and enchanted seeds. So enchanted seeds will just be 5 stacks of seeds together. Will give you an 2 enchanted seeds. Sorry, so I think it's 32 each. And we've unlocked the fern trade. So next we'll get dead bush. So we'll just go on. And in terms of recipes, so obviously we know about the wheat minion. So the farming talisman is literally, this is just seed and this is just a hay bale. These are not enchanted, so these are something that you can craft quite soon. And that is going to give you increased speed by 10 while you're on the farm, the barn, mushroom desert, and the garden. Now, I haven't shown you the garden yet, and that's something we're going to get into, but you actually have to increase your skyblock level to level 5, I believe it is. And if you look in the middle, we are only level 2 at the moment. And this you just get by playing the game, so don't worry about that too much. But we are going to have to increase our skyblock level before we can get into the garden, so I'm not going to touch on that too much. It's basically a private island just for farming. And there's all sorts of little mechanics and stuff, but like I said, we'll get into that once we actually unlock that. Then if we come back here, we've also unlocked the farm suit, and this is going to give us increased speed and increased farming fortune. And again, that just increases the chance for how many drops and things you get, and your XP and that sort of thing. So this is a good idea. And once you have the full set, you get an extra crop on farming islands every 3 seconds for regrowing. So that's great. Okay. So this is just a general skyblock, not just skyblock, but Minecraft thing that you can compress wheat if you use a whole lot of it. You just need 9. You can create a hay bale, and that is a lot of what we're going to be crafting today. Is going to be using these hay bales, and you only need 9 to create one, so this will make a stack of hay bales. So to begin with, let's make that talisman. I actually can't remember which way, whether it was hay bales or no, it was the other way around, I guess. Doing a great job at this. There we go. That is our farming talisman. And that you can, once we have a bag, we can put it in the bag, but otherwise we'll just keep it in our inventory, and that will just give us the extra speed while we're in these areas. And then we can start making some of the armor. We'll see how much we get. We probably have enough. Yep, we definitely have enough. Okay, great. So if we put these on, so you can either go to your Skyblock profile, or you can just go into this inventory and you can click on them, or you can shift click them in. So I'm just going to shift click them because it's here. And now we look amazing, don't we? But we've got the full set bonus, so we have the speed, we have regrowing crops, and we have farming fortune. It does give us a little bit of a defense, but yeah, and these can all be reforged. So we actually do have some coins, so I'll show you. I didn't reforge them because I didn't, when I first started playing, partially because I didn't really know how that worked, but partially also because you don't use it for that long. You'll end up moving on to other armor and that sort of thing quite soon. But if we come here to the blacksmith, we can, oh, we need to take it off first. So here we can, it's going to cost us 250 coins. So each item, depending on its rarity and level and everything, will cost a different amount, but this is quite a basic thing, so it just costs 250 coins. And so we can click on here and we get something cut off. And that's annoying. So I'm actually playing just in the normal Skyblock launcher this time, not in the Black Lion client, and so I can't actually see what I got, but if I scroll over, okay, I got the mythic so if I scroll, you can see just above my health and everything, it changes the name, so I got mythic. I think that one's actually pretty good. So, oh, I can right click. I did not know you could right click to equip stuff. That's nice. So I'm just going to, since it's not too expensive, I'll just add these on. Get this time. Need the text to go away. Oh, I also got mythic. Maybe that's the only thing you can get for these? I'm not sure. Oh, so we got smart for the chest plate, but we got mythic for the others. Anyway, so that's nice. Just gives us some extra, if you see those blue numbers, that's like, it's just giving us extra stuff for having these things, and we got extra intelligence and that sort of thing, so that's nice. But yeah, so let's go on to the first farming island. Alright, so of course it's, I mean, you're just gonna have to get used to me filming at nighttime as well in Minecraft, because yeah, I can't control the time. So just a little refresher, we've come back to the farming islands, and this is the first island that you start on. So if you have not yet got up to the point where you can get your armor and the talisman, you could stay here and keep farming wheat. And yeah, this is obviously kind of the first place to be farming. Then we can also start collecting some of the mobs here, and start, if you want to start minions for those, then you could kill enough to get those minions. The wheat one's actually a good one to, sorry, not the wheat, the cows is not a bad one to start with, because in order to create some of the bags and sacks and things that you're going to be doing later on in the with the garden and just in your progression, you are at some point going to need enchanted leather, which you could just buy off of you don't need to buy it off of the auction house, which is locked until I think levels either 5 or 7 of the Skyblock level. But you can actually buy it from the bazaar, which I can show you because I don't think that that's... Let me just double check if it's locked. And now that I think about it, while we're here, another animal that is useful to have is the chickens, because once you get to the level of, once you get your collection up to get enchanted eggs, you can use the enchanted eggs for crafting pets. Again, it is something you can buy off of the bazaar once you have access to that, but if you want to do it without buying it, then you're going to want to start your collection of chicken early on, because it's quite a way down. In my normal profile, I'm still working towards getting the enchanted egg. I think the enchanted egg is at 2.5k or level 5 of the raw chicken, and so yeah, it takes a while to get there if you're just doing it by minions. So that's why I would recommend just starting it now, so that your minions can keep working while you're offline or busy doing other things. So I'll get back to you once I've collected enough chicken and beef in order to make my minions. So I have this in my inventory, which is an ancient claw, which drops rarely off of monsters from Diana's mythological ritual. So when you're in the hub, there's like a mayor's office where you can go and vote for like which mayor it's going to be. I don't really know how that works, but I do know that you have different mayors, and during the different mayors, there's different events, and Diana is one of the mayors, and you can get mythological creatures. And so I was just killing some cows, and randomly this mob spawned, and I couldn't video it because it was pretty tough, and I do almost no damage, like literally just 20 damage, so it took me a while to kill the monster, but that is what dropped, so that's why that's in my inventory. But I've got enough, and so if you remember from the logging episode or the foraging episode, those all took 80. The nice thing about a lot of the animal, sorry, if we go to the recipes, these, what, like the chicken one, they actually only require 8, which is just 1 stack, which, I mean, it sounds like it's not that much because it would just be 20 more, but on these maps it just takes so long to collect the animals. It's just nice that you don't have to do that, but I'm pretty sure that I don't have any wooden tools in my, I do have some wood, so we can craft. So that's actually a good thing as well. Good tip is to, especially in the beginning when you might be crafting more, I think it's a sword for the animals. While you're crafting more minions, it's a good idea just to keep some wood in your inventory so that you can make the things. There we go. So we've got 8 chicken, and we're about to get the cow minion. Very nice. Okay, so I'm just gonna throw those into my backpack, and often I would actually go straight, once I've created those, I'd probably go straight to my island and set them up so that they can already be working, but I want to be informing you more and not necessarily waiting around on the animals, so we're just gonna leave those there and carry on with the video. So we've kind of got to the point with our farming where I think it's a good time to just create a wheat minion, just so that we have the kind of the unique minion unlocked. And then I'm fairly certain that we will have got enough skill in our farming to be able to go to the next, the Mushroom Island. I suppose we can do this quest quickly. So he's just going to welcome us to the barn. We've got some Skyblock XP, so that's a good thing. That'll help us upgrade our profile, or level up our profile. So we need to create a oh, we just did that. Does it not count? Oh, that's frustrating. We can just make another one, but so I guess if you want to do that quest, you really should have spoken first. Because personally, the way I play it, I don't need more than 1 wheat minion. Sometimes it's useful, like if you're doing redstone, it's good to have more than 1 of a certain type of minion. But wheat, for me, at least so far, I've not found it necessary to have more than 1. Okay. So we got enchanted bread as a reward. So this is kind of like a basic fuel that you can use for your minions just to increase the speed by 5% for 12 hours. As I said in a previous video, I think that the enchanted coal is like pretty much as cheap to make, and I think that it's better because it works more and it lasts for longer. But that's what we've got for now. And so the next quest is collect potatoes, carrots, melon, and pumpkins, and that's great. So we haven't really done that. I accidentally broke some potatoes when I was busy killing chickens, but other than that, we haven't started, so we can do that. So again, I'm probably just going to collect around 80 of each type so I can craft the minions. And I'll just do it on camera because there we go, we've already got like 2 stacks, so it doesn't take that long. And then you can just see, so this bottom layer is usually carrots, and then we go up and there should be some potatoes on this side. Oops. Just want it in my hotbar so I can see when we get to 80. There we go. And then if we head over towards this water over here, there should be some pumpkins and some melons. Again, just going to collect enough to make some minions. Alright, so I've collected. Let's make a few more minions. Hopefully I've got enough wood in my inventory to do this. Oh, the carrots. Carrot minion. We're gonna need a potato, melon, pumpkin. Oh, can't shift click that. Someone is slaughtering those animals en masse. How much do we need for a melon? Have I not unlocked the melon? I'll have to check that. And the potato. Okay, so I made a bit of a whoopsie. I didn't check the recipes last time, but we need 16 each of the potatoes. Okay, and we need 32 each of the melon. There we go. So I'm just gonna put these away again. Don't need minions hanging out in our inventory. And I think it's... Oh, okay, we need to get some pork, leather, and chicken. I'm not sure which one it thinks. Oh, I don't think I've got any pork. There we go. And I'm not sure... Oh. I've found sometimes the missions complete, but they're like not complete, and you just gotta like get one more thing of what they've been asking for, and it should finish. So, I think done. Yes, I did know that chickens drop eggs and cows can be milked. I think it's time for us to go to the Mushroom Island. We just head on up these stairs. Okay, so there's a bunch of NPCs that you can talk to here. This person will give you a quest to go on into the do mushrooms and stuff inside there. But I'm just going to start off with some of the basic things that you can get here. This sand is mineable, so if you get a shovel and you put efficiency on it, then you can mine up a whole bunch of sand really quickly. And I'm not entirely sure why, but sand's a really popular resource for people to buy. So you can either sell it to the NPCs or you can sell it on the bazaar. Once you've unlocked the bazaar, you can sell it to other players. And so sand's like a decent way, like you actually make a decent amount of money, I've experienced. So that's a good way to get some money quickly. By money, I mean the coins. But I'm just going to start off with some of the resources that are just available on this island. Wait, where did I get the hoe from? That must have been given to me from the NPC on the last island. But we can get cocoa here. That's useful. And we can get wheat here. Sorry, sugarcane, not wheat. That's obviously useful for all the normal things, but it's also useful for farming XP. You do farm wheat, and you do get visitors that have requests for sugarcane. You can kill the bunnies. With the sword is going to take me a while. But yeah, so you can, that's also a minion that you can craft and a collection that you can get. You can also get the sheep here. Mutton is also another useful collection. Let me just double check. There's something which mutton is useful for. Yeah, so the large husbandry sack. So that will just be a sack that sits in your inventory and can collect items when you're like killing stuff or whatever. They'll go into there and it won't take up space. So that is something that you might want to start collecting mutton for. But those, so sand, sheep, cocoa beans, sugarcane, and the rabbits are kind of the main resources on this island, other than the mushrooms. So I will bring you along this way to find the mushrooms. And mushrooms, oh my goodness, when I did this last time on my other profile, it took me so long. But basically, you can collect a whole lot of mushrooms and you can create a night vision talisman, which I found insanely helpful on the farm, because when you're in your garden, you have to be farming at night, and basically it's just, for me, sucks to farm when it's dark. And so yeah, the night vision talisman is really useful. Let's just have a quick look at when you unlock that. Oh, we haven't got any mushrooms yet. Let's first get some mushrooms. There we go, we've unlocked mushroom. So it shows as a red mushroom, but actually both the red and the brown mushrooms do contribute towards this collection. So you start off, rewards coming soon. I wonder if they're updating something. So you can get the mushroom helmet, chestplate, all of that sort of thing. So that is some basic armor that you can get. Then you will get the magical mushroom soup, which is useful if you're wanting to build on your island. When you're on your private island, if you drink the mushroom soup, you get flight for 2 minutes. So that's very useful if you're wanting to do building and that sort of thing. Well, that's what I've been using it for. Then we get brown mushroom block, red mushroom block. Then we get the enchanted red mushroom block and an enchanted brown mushroom block, and then finally we get the night vision charm. So you do have to, I mean, it's 10,000. I did spend, I think, like 2 hours just running around these caves busy getting the mushrooms so that I could get this charm, but in my opinion it was worth it. I use it all the time. So I might actually do that. I'm not sure, but I might do that on this account, on this profile. But that is the basic things of what you can collect on this island. So I will just show you how, like, where I farmed the mushrooms. By farming, I don't mean like literally planting them. I mean like where I kind of spent a lot of time. So it was kind of in this area where you see there's like a whole bunch of them, and you can kind of just like go around and collect them. So this area is called the Overgrown Mushroom Cave. I guess I should try and get some levels, and then I could probably put like some fortune or something on this and then maybe I'd get more mushrooms. Probably a good idea. Oh, and if we're talking about the fairy eggs, there's one back here. So this is the fairy soul. Sorry, I call them eggs because they look like eggs to me. But anyway, so that's like an easy one to get when you're just beginning. But like I said, if you want to look for those, look for a guide. Those sort of guides are actually very easily accessible on YouTube, and people don't really tend to skip, because that's not like, if you're doing a guide on where to find them, you can't really skip them. Whereas progression guides, I find people tend to skip stuff. So it's basically this area that I just go around, and by the time I've done like a full circle, they will have kind of regenerated and will turn up again. You see, now I'm back to this side and there's more mushrooms. And yeah, so this is pretty much what I'm going to do for the next hour or so, until I've leveled up my mushroom collection so I can make the night talisman, because night vision is very useful. So yeah, I'm not going to record all of that. I'll see you later. Alright, so I thought I would just pop in and show you how far I've gotten. I've managed to get to the point where I can unlock the talisman. And if we go here, we can have a look, and I've managed to get the, there. Okay, so we're ready to make the night vision charm, and it just takes the enchanted mushrooms. So we're all ready to do that. So I just thought I'd let you see how far we've gotten. I did, before I had the ability to make the enchanted mushrooms, I did compress 42 of each of the mushrooms into brown blocks and red blocks, just to give up inventory space. I did also make myself the mushroom armor, so that just gives you some extra health and defense. And then, as you can see, when you have a full set bonus, it gives you permanent night vision while worn, and during the night the stats of the armor pieces are tripled. So this just was useful. It also made everything, if I take this off, as you see, it's a bit darker in here. And so this is going to be nice also for filming, is everything will be brighter even if I'm filming and it's nighttime in Minecraft. But yeah, so we're ready to make the night vision charm, which means that I will be able to have that and not have to wear this armor. So there we go. So that's just red in the corners. Great. Okay, so now I will be able to wear other armor and also have the night vision. But yeah, that's just really useful, and I'll probably just go sell these mushrooms. I could use them to upgrade a mushroom minion, but I'm not really going to be focusing on a mushroom minion because mushrooms are one of the minions that needs a special sort of setup. Like, obviously it has to be dark where the mushrooms are growing. So I'm not going to get into that now, but I will probably just sell that. But while I've been collecting these things, I have gotten my farming up to level 13. And if we go back, I'm now on Skyblock level 5. So yeah, that's where we've got to in the progression of getting the night vision charm.